My name is David Jurgens. I'm the Utilities Director for the City of Chesapeake. And let's talk first about water bills. It seems like every August, September, October, we get calls from customers, why has my water bill gone up? Well, there's several reasons for that. We got those calls this last year. There was no rate change, there was no rate increase. So any increase in the bills this last year wasn't due to anything external. In the summertime, it's hot. People use more water when it's hot. So the consumption goes up for a lot of different reasons. One of them because it's hot. Secondly, in the summertime, in a normal year, this hasn't been, but in a normal year, kids are home from school and they use more water. They play more outside. They do just more stuff. You don't see very many people washing their cars outside in January, but in August, you sure do. Some people water plants. My wife puts plants out around the pool, and she uses water to water the plants. And I mentioned a pool. If you have a pool, you're probably using it in the summertime. The kids splash a lot. We use ours regularly. We use water occasionally to fill the pool. We clean the filter. So there's a lot more water usage in your normal residential just demand in the summertime than there is in the winter. We typically see in Chesapeake, in areas that do not have any irrigation from their water from the city water system, a 20% increase in consumption during the summertime. So that's why water bills tend to be higher in August, September, October, the bill time period that covers the higher demand summer usage, which really runs from June through September because that's when we have our hottest period. 20% increase in demand, therefore there's a corresponding 20% increase in the water bills. Now, if we have a really hot summer or have a drought, that's even higher. It'll be closer to 30-35% higher. If we have a really rainy summer, it's a little lower. But the water consumed in the summertime is just, there's more of it being used. Now this last year, and for this year, I have several kids. Those kids are not in school every day. So the kids are under the water, they're doing things, they're washing their hands occasionally after they use the restroom, they're eating there at the house, they're cooking ramen for lunch, whatever it may be. So again, the demand has been higher ever since COVID hit. In fact, it was very interesting. When COVID first became a thing, when we first went on stay home, don't go to work, work remotely, we saw residential water usage increase by about 25% across the city. And we saw some of our commercial water consumption go down because a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants weren't open at that point. And so the business use went down, residential went up, and the total usage stayed about the same. Now, as we've moved into this year, a year after COVID was started, we still have kids that are not going to school 5 days a week. Of my two kids, one's a senior, one's an 8th grader. The 8th grader is going 4 days a week, so he still spends a little more time at home. The senior's at home almost every day. So our demands this year are just different than normal. And again, it's more people in the household, more people working from home still. So your demands are going to be higher, your consumption is just going to be higher. Some of my kids will take 2 or 3 showers on a summer day. You don't normally do that in the wintertime because you're not doing the things to get sweaty. There's just more consumption. Now, additionally, when there are rate increases, HRSD has their rate increases take effect on July 1st. They didn't have one last year, but this year they probably will have one, and that's going to be either anywhere from 8, 9, or 10% on the HRSD portion of the bill, which is generally about 1/3 of the bill. So it'll be 10% of 1/3 of the bill. That would be the HRSD rate increase. We will not have a rate increase on July 1st. We have a small rate increase scheduled, a 2% rate increase, 2% rate increase scheduled for January 1st. We do ours in January, so you don't have that cumulative effect of an increase in the rates as well as the highest consumption people see, because that kind of creates a double whammy and surprises people, and it's an angst we can avoid for our customers. That explains the water bill.